Good morning. Breakfast is about to be served, but how can we have breakfast without inviting you over? It's time for the bumper breakfast show on MITV this morning. Please join us. It's going to be another interactive session and it's going to be served really hot. This morning, again, I'm excited because I'm going to be joined by the same people who were on set yesterday. Beautiful Tessie. Good morning. It's nice to have you on this morning. Looking pretty as ever, and I'm not showering encomiums on her. I'm stating it exactly as it is. To my left, I have. Honestly, I don't like to say on air that he's troublesome, so let me use a better word for him. You know, the handsome young man.
Oh my God.
In orange, the man in orange.
Oh my God.
Handsome, well packaged.
Oh my God.
With the earrings
With the
and the studs and the curly hair, his well-groomed beard, and his glasses,
Oh my
his blue pair of shoes.
The blushing.
I'm
Real
blushing or I'm not blushing.
Robin Oluwafemi
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. It's nice to have you this morning.
It's good.
I hope you've not come with trouble.
There's no day. We work together. We work together actually. So I enjoy that compliment. It's a compliment. And man, it's so sweet. You know, sometimes I wonder if a young lady should just, get to meet somebody like Don and they should just learn from you. You know, men, we are not used to compliments. So if you see me on the road now, you say, man, real, I like how you smell. Then mine would do like this. Now even one of my friends buy me the best. I just say thank you and move on.
Exactly.
We don't know how to say thank you
Because you're not used to you're not used to compliments.
But
actually.
the truth is, it gets to us. So it gets to us when you say, man, you look good. Hey man, he can love you times 3. So it's just a secret now. I'm just telling you. My name is Ambassador Robin Emmanuel Oluwafemi. For a short, call me Rio. If you want to give me check, write Robin Emmanuel there.
So what's happening today? It's an orange day. You guys didn't tell me we're doing orange.
I honestly
There's something I noticed about
Real.
I think when it comes to colors, we always have the same idea. I don't know, because sometimes we wear the same color. I don't know. Have you noticed that?
No, it's
Do you
gone.
notice that?
Is it when you are carrying God grace?
So what am I carrying? Because I'm in black, I'm carrying the devil's
No,
gift.
that is no. And if you now see it, the color now merged on the set. Look at television.
That's it.
You know, merged. Now when I saw you this morning, I said, you're wearing black. I'm doing this color. And
Orange.
Yes, and when we saw Tessie, man, Tessie thought you want to leave me. And, thank God Tessie, she's a grown-up auntie. Grown up, sweetie.
So think about grown up, kilo baji.
What are we going to be talking about? When you feel like you and somebody you are compatible, what other thing do you learn? But just thank God, though. Just thank God.
Thank God that we're in Africa and there's respect.
And the way it is, too. And the way it is. This is my girl. Just saying.
Honestly, I told you we're going to be serving you hot. Just stay there, sit back, relax, and don't touch that dial. Let's look at the newspapers this morning. What are they saying? I'll start with the Nation newspaper. Tinubu, remedy for subsidy withdrawal hardship soon. I have been waiting for this. But let me just take everything and then later we can discuss, some of what the headlines. Ladoja takes on Makinde, Olubadan, over stool. CBN directs payment of dollar receipts in naira. Vandals remove fittings on second Niger bridge. Nigeria fully redeems $500 million euro bond. Investors' confidence now boosted, says NGX. Federal government states to partner on electricity. Well, that's it on the Nation newspaper this morning. What does the Punch have to say?
All right, on the Punch newspaper this morning, we have NLC protesting in views 500 billion naira subsidy palliative, demands 300% pay rise. Rep seat on 500 billion naira subsidy relief request today, federal government label for fresh negotiations. 500 billion naira not enough for 125 million poor Nigerians affected by deregulation. That is coming from NLC and TUC. And we have no Nigerian child should lack education. Malala tells federal government. Reps probe contract fraud, revenue leakages in Nimasa. House to investigate 14-year power outage in Ondo communities. After Obasanjo's revelation, Atiku can't label me corrupt. That is coming from Autumn. But Obi kicks as Tinubu offers opposition governor slot. Nigeria redeemed $500 million bond despite revenue challenges. And finally, Army Chief orders IPOB raid, rubbishes amnesty for bandits. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning.
Like Don said, there are things we'll come back to talk about.
A lot of things.
But quickly, let me take you through a latest journey in the Nigerian Tribune, a story that made it to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune. The banner headline this morning says, after removal of petrol subsidy, Tinubu seeks 500 billion for palliative. Right reps, Nigeria redeems $500 million Eurobond through DMO. The story says Ladoja takes Makinde Olubadan, elevated chiefs to court, ask for order retraining, defending for preventing him from ascending Olubadan throne. APC crisis, why Adamu can no longer act on behalf of NEC, a national vice chairman, alleges party's national secretariat didn't fund Tinubu's campaigns. Dangote is still Africa's richest man with $14.2 billion net worth, says Forbes. Lightning strikes killed 3 suspected kidnappers in Kwara. That you can find on page 16 of the Nigerian Tribune. CBN, Falana, spoil over 720 billion naira China deal. Litigation likely, page 30, Nigerian Tribune. Court stops FCDA from demolition, Trade Mall Estate. Oil theft, Nava uncovers, sabotaged NNPC, well aired in Rivers, reps to probe alleged crude oil theft. And finally, maritime security returned the Gulf of Guinea as attacks surge. IMB says 20 chief crew kidnapped in 2023 Avia. Those are the stories that made it to the front page of the Nigerian Tribune this morning.
And for the Guardian newspaper, inflation and higher education. Tough times for students, parents as schools hike fees by 200%. You can find that story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Amid $1 billion legacy debt, Nigeria pushes for 12 billion revenue for 10 gas fields. Tinubu writes reps for 500 billion to cushion subsidy removal impacts. Vandals steal second Niger bridge fittings. Ladoja takes Makinde Olubadan, 10 others to court over Ibadan chieftaincy law review. And finally, Honeywell Group confident in FBN Holdings investment value generation. That's it on the Guardian newspaper this morning. Well, for me, I think, you know, one thing we need to discuss this morning is the remedy for subsidy withdrawal hardship coming soon. That's a great relief, you know, for the citizens of Nigeria. We have often said on the program, you know, there's an increase in electricity tariffs, in you know, health, you know, benefits and all of that. You know, what exactly is the government doing to ease the tension, you know, of its citizens, to ease the hardship of the citizens? So this is, for me, a welcome idea. But we hope it comes as soon as possible.
Just like the NLC said, that the 500 billion naira subsidy palliative will not be enough for over how many Nigerians that have gone into hardship, and the president is planning to relieve 500 billion naira subsidy palliatives. Yes, it's 500 billion naira palliatives. So the reason the NLC are demanding pay rise of 300%, but the 500 billion naira that the president.
That's what's being okay. So 500 billion is being proposed. Obviously, that can't handle it. But is it a step in the right direction?
Okay, I was coming to that place. We do not have data of 200 million Nigeria or 200 million plus, but you know, Subsequently, we have always been assuming on our data. The census have not been done, even though they've approved, billions of naira for it, but yet we are here to have it.
We were
But
supposed to
yeah,
have it last year, weren't
we
we?
were supposed to have it last year. We were supposed to have it January before election. We were supposed to have it after election, but they kept on postponing it. But I feel like it's a good one. I would appreciate if this administration will, do that censor, because it matters a lot when it comes to, budget divisions and then distributions. They use this number sometimes, to allocate budget. Anyways, that's not where I'm going. But 500 billion for 200 million plus Nigerians. If you check the NLC this morning on the paper,
I think
NLC,
the statistics is 125 million poor Nigerians, because not all Nigerians are
yes, 125.
Only
No,
about
when you even
200
talk
million.
of palliative here, it's not about who is poor and who is rich.
Who's
It's
rich,
just
yes.
supposed to be general.
General,
General.
yeah.
So my own idea this morning is, what is the measure of distributing or benefit or people
benefiting from the 500 billion.
Thank you.
What are the strategies that
what's the
they've
strategy?
put in
Now,
place
if
to
you
be able
ask
to
me-
distribute
If
it?
you ask me, Nigerians are resilient people. It's very easy for Nigerians, no matter how difficult the situation is, for them to adapt, right? And if you take a good look at it, since May 29, when His Excellency announced the removal of fuel subsidy, yeah, there has been some ups and downs, and it's likely it's more like we are already getting used to buying fuel at that price. Now-
Are you used to buying
no,
fuel at
I'm
that
heading
price?
somewhere. I'm heading
I'm
somewhere.
not getting
You
used
see,
to
this
it.
500 billion naira can actually be channeled on something that the general populace can benefit from. Because I don't trust some. I'll tell you, the 1999 Governors Forum class went to see Tinubu yesterday, and that is where you see Igbinedo. It was their chairman then. That's you see James Ibori, and some other names I don't want to mention that has got some, crazy corrupt cases. Cases on corruption. And now speaking on fuel subsidy palliative, the world talking about it. Nigerians are reacting like, what is their own business with it? What is their own business with that? So then I feel like this 500 billion can actually be channeled to a sector where Nigerians will benefit generally. The NLC are fighting. I feel a fight for one is a fight for all when it comes to the NLC, the Nigerian Labour Congress. But they've actually been speaking for the blood that runs in the veins of the government. Now that is the civil servant, demanding for 300% in increment of their salary. So I get to ask, what about people like us? That the government
private sector.
What about the private sector? What about the business women and men? You understand? So I feel the civil servant will benefit more in this 500 billion. And I've been looking like, why don't you subsidize food for us in Nigeria? Because there are other things you can subsidize, and we know with time, because people still don't understand that the increments in naira, and in dollars, and the devaluation in naira is one of the reasons too that is making this fuel to be expensive, because they are using the foreign exchange market rate to sell the crude oil. So if the dollar can come down and the naira can
Appreciate.
can appreciate, thank you, then you will see that the fuel price will come down. So 500 billion naira is a good one, but however, it should be, everybody should benefit from this, and they should start watching it before some people will start ordering palliatives and all.
Yes, that's why I said we wonder what the strategy to distribute this 500 billion.
But the reps are
would be.
sitting on it in the House today, and there's going to be a fresh negotiations.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's fine.
so let's
So
wait
that
and
500
see.
billion is still a proposed amount.
That's why I said
So
it
the
is.
NLC
So it
and
might still be
CUC are
increased
not
or
having
decreased
it.
or
So they are having a negotiation in the House today.
because
And you know why I say it's a step in the right direction? Because I was wondering, is the president not looking at the sufferings of the people? Do you understand? For me, this is a welcome idea. It tells me that, okay, he's thinking in that direction. His advisors are advising him well. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that even though they have, they've mentioned an amount,
okay.
there's a figure attached to it. I know that they will see that it's not workable.
Have you noticed that
At a
man-
point, they will see it's not workable, and they will have to, use a different strategy.
have you noticed the president has been kind of avoiding to borrow money from,
Yes, I have noticed that.
and he has been trying to raise the funds
From within, internally.
And there's another news that Nigeria redeems 500 million Eurobond through, the debit something DMO.
DMO.
And I feel like it's another great development. And then one thing I noticed about the president, I think he's trying to, pay off our debts
Our debt.
gradually.
Yes, yes.
Because that will help our foreign reserve.
It will.
There are just so many things. But people are really expecting some kind of physical things they can,
No, suddenly,
that the president is doing, they can see.
they
not
can
knowing
see.
that.
Yeah, it's a gradual thing. He's doing these things. He's trying to put everything. So much damage has been done,
Actually,
and you see, it's so easy to destroy,
That's
but
right.
difficult to build.
That's right.
And so it will take a while. And yes, the masses will suffer. But as long as the government and the leadership have it in mind, that they need to compensate us in some way, in some form, you understand? That's a good thing. Because we can't just keep taking the hit. Someday we'll run out of the kitchen.
But honestly speaking, if the government, the branches of government, and the what's it called, tiers
The
of
tiers of
government,
government.
if really they understood for a fact that Nigerians are suffering, we're supposed to talk about the pensions, some 5 point something billion.
We were supposed to talk about that yesterday. We didn't have time.
Because when people are talking about, cutting down the governance cost or cost of governance or whatever, I still feel like leadership is about sacrifices.
Leadership is about examples as
And
well.
none of them has actually come aside, to talk about their wages, their allowances, their salaries and all. Benga Daniel did something in Ogun State. I don't know. He doesn't want to take money from two sides. As a former governor, he's entitled to pension, and now he's the current senator in Ogun
Senator in
State.
Ogun State.
And now he has sent a letter to Prince Dapo Abiodun, the governor of Ogun State, that he doesn't want that pension
Yes,
anymore.
yes.
Because he doesn't want to be collecting money from this side and the other side.
side.
So let me face, the legislative. Let me collect my salary from there and allowances. That of pension as a governor, please, you
Stop
can
it.
hold
You
it.
can hold
So now there are other governor of Ebonyi State,
Is
David
in the house?
Umahi, is a senator now. You have couple of them like that.
Yes.
That get money from the state, get money from the federal.
federal.
And yet everybody is proposing that I want Nigeria to be good. I want Nigeria to be, and really, I'm really concerned about them. I'm concerned about their salary. And this is another thing Obasanjo said at Ado Ekiti, at Afe Babalola's one event they had, that the senators, the lawmakers, are the ones who determine their own salary by themselves.
But you see, one thing that I would have suggested, in such a situation, rather than him say they should hold the money down, I think he should have collected it and, used it, given it to...
He
channeled it
the
to...
people who need it.
Yes, because at the end of the day, who's going to account for that money? What's going to happen to that money? Is there going to be an account to the people? So I believe perhaps he could have just taken and said, okay, you know what, we're going to build new schools, we're going to pay for education for a certain number of students every year. Like we can see exactly what it is he has used the money for, and we know that he didn't use it for himself. He didn't take it and put it in his pockets. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we need accountability. The government has to be accountable to the people, but they're not being accountable enough. And they think, it's business as usual. It's not business as usual. The people are demanding for accountability. Recently, the NLC said they were going to go on strike, and they had meetings with the governments, and all of a sudden,
They're gonna
everything,
pull it off.
there was a calm. Do you understand? There was a calm, and the people are looking up to this body to fight the battle for them. So, I'm just hoping that there will be no compensations at the top level in any way, because there are insinuations that they have been compensated and so they don't care and all of that.
I mean, the honesty.
Yes, that they are compromising because they have been
Okay.
compensated.
They're
They have been-
compensated.
yes, they are yeah,
There are
people are in the
insinuations
street.
like
Yes,
that, yeah.
they are. People are saying
Insinuations.
so they need to know that they have to be accountable and transparent
But
to the people.
But let me tell you, see, from the top, like to the bottom, there's a way they normally do this thing. If they want to disburse cash, that is why we have the local government. So it's high time all youths need to rise and participate. Because if you don't participate, if you don't start from the grassroots, you can't enjoy this dividend. It can't get to you. Because the government will not come knocking at your door and start telling you, this is palliative for you, this is palliative for you, this is palliative for you. What they do, that is why we have the grassroots politics. Because from the top, it's still coming down to the grassroots. So when it gets to the grassroots, everybody can be a partaker. Then you can benefit from the dividend. You understand? It goes to the reason when we're saying, how will this be shared or whatever, how will it reach people? You need to be active in your community, because they won't come to your house. It's in abroad, in the West, that they will go knocking at doors, they will drop something, they will run away. In this country, if you do it, people will not eat it. They won't even take it because of the way we have been wired. There's a way we Africans, especially we Nigerians, there is a way we've been wired.
Blood of Jesus.
I'm telling you, because if I should wake up one day and right in front of my door, I see bag of rice, I trust my mom, she will start binding and casting. You understand that? It's a sacrifice. That is the way it's not our fault.
But poverty has passed that level in
There is
Nigeria.
a level to hunger.
Poverty has passed that level in Nigeria.
People are
Right
eating
now,
sacrifices
I'm
on the
telling
road.
you.
People eating sacrifices on the road. Do you see them as people that are sane people? Let's be sincere with each
Okay,
other.
okay.
That's
You-
got
honest
you-
truth.
you can say that.
I'm
But not
telling
like
you.
putting one bag of rice.
A whole bag.
Ha! I'm gonna surprise
Magba.
you. I'm gonna.
I'm not
I'm
going to
telling
buy
you, the
that.
average Nigerian will not
Yes,
take it.
yes.
There are some rich men
Okay.
that do cook for people every day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Those beggars will go there to eat
That's
because they
right.
have no choice.
That's right.
But I'm telling you, between you and I,
Oh, Nietzsche.
okay.
But you know,
Thank
some-
you.
but-
That is the way
You want
we've
to
been
use my
wired.
destiny.
That is what I'm talking about, wiring.
But
you
you
want
know-
to use my. I have a friend.
Not even that
I'm
alone.
coming. I have a friend. Huh? She's from a rich home. Our aunt is rich, as in rich. When I'm talking about rich, I'm talking about being wealthy. She normally come here, ask me for money, and I ask her, what's wrong with you? Go back home. Said, what fell rice kimi? Well, until me fell rice kimi. She suffered for almost 10 years. It was when she realized, the reason I said there is the way we've been wired. It was when she finally realized that, hey, she had to go back home. Now she's in Canada.
Oh, they have used the ICT to go to Canada.
I even told her, I said, if your auntie wants to use your ICT and you'll be enjoying, what is the good of your ICT?
When
Go,
you-
let her be using your ICT. This is what I told her. It got twisted, I told her. I said, they've not used your
That's
ICT like
advisor
this.
on speaking truth.
That is the truth.
No, honestly speaking.
But you know, you made a point, Teresa, that you know we have to engage with at the local
The
government.
local government,
But
if
the
you want to
grassroots-
participate in
yeah.
whatever is happening in this country.
And that's why we're here to you know to create awareness. But also the government has to take it upon themselves to to enlighten the people that is the way to go, because some people they don't even know.
Do you know
that
what
that's
the
way to
problem
go.
is? Do you know what the problem is? This is something that I've monitored myself and I've noticed. When the local government chairman is APC, PDP will not want to go there. Labour Party will not want to go there. And when they ask them to share things,
They
take
shared
it or
among
leave it.
themselves.
I once asked the chairman, I said, if you people continue this way, then nothing will go around in this country. Do you know what the chairman asked me? He said, those that supported him when he was struggling, should he abandon them and face those that did not believe in him?
So you see, it's a difficult situation.
I
as
get it.
any which way you look at it.
You see, that
It's a difficult
that
situation.
question is actually a very big question, because at the end of the day, I did local government in school, so I understood very well
What you
what
did
you
in
have
school is
just.
different from what they're practicing.
What
What
you
they taught me in mass
understand.
communication university is different from what I'm practicing.
It's always like that. Practical are always
It's
different,
different
from
from
theory.
theory.
It's just sometimes I wonder, even in secondary school, secondary school was funny. They will be
were
teaching
telling
you
us
and
to
tell
find
you,
X.
when you get to university, they will teach you that one. When you get to university, they will tell you, they should have taught you guys in secondary school
No, the
now.
one that paid me
So,
most in secondary school is my mathematics teacher telling me to look for S.
when S is
Where
on the
is
board,
S?
CS
I now
there.
grew up to realize that X is your X, is your former.
Cassie, please, you are not doing comedy show on this table this morning.
Well, this is why S. You didn't tell me to ask S when you were in secondary school.
Oh my
Okay, so
God.
I was just going to say, you see, the same local government chairman that is, for example, is a member of the APCs and feel like, oh, the Labour Party or the PDP or NNPP will not come for. The same local government chairman is collecting taxes on all of those people in that particular local government area as long as you work in that local government. So I think where the problem is majority of Nigerians don't even understand what rights means.
Yes.
Majority of Nigerians believe in what's it called? They say this one. We are so
Word of
gullible
mouth, yeah.
that words of mouth can actually change our mindset. So when Tinubu said something, and I always get to say it, he said we need to change our mindset. And he continued to say it every time. And that word is very, very true. The mindset of the people needs to be changed. Local government, there are 3 tiers of government.
We know that.
The federal, state, and local government, when it was established because of us.
Yes.
Because of the people.
So the government can reach
Local
the
government
traditional-
is like
to the
select church.
grassroots.
Yes,
They
to
don't
the
close
grassroots,
it. You can walk in and demand to see the chairman.
Yeah.
But most people will feel like,
You
oh, they
should
can't
be
say.
able, use the right word, you should be able to walk
see.
in and see the chairman. But can you walk in and see the chairman? It's a different
You have the
question.
courage.
So, and as it is right now, people intentionally separate themselves from their rights. It's as simple as you're
because
meeting
they don't know
police.
They
their
don't
rights.
know their rights.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Even
We
those
need to
that
do a
knew-
lot of
even
awareness
those
campaigns.
that are aware of it, those that actually understood how it works, will still tell you, because there is one thing that is missing in Nigeria between the government in general and the people, and it's called trust. And there are levels to everything. There's a level to how much you will promise me and you won't fulfill it. By the time you come with a real promise, I will still not believe you. And they're like, let them do it. They know how to sort it. This 500 billion naira proposed palliative now, there are some Nigerians somewhere saying the people that will benefit it from this thing are already somewhere sharing the money. Or sometimes they believe it must have been shared. before
But
they
but
even
but from
announce.
what Tessie said, it's in line. That's actually what happens. So I think the leadership should have a different mindset. That I'm here to serve the people. I'm not here to serve the people who voted me into power. Do you
You
understand?
know how this thing works. Even if it gets to the chairman won't sit and do it himself. He's
He's
going to
go-
assign
he's
some
going to
people
assign
to do
people.
it. The ones he is assigning, are they doing it the way he
They
wants
will
them to
first
do
of all
it?
keep. They will first of all
When there
keep.
is-
That is where the
when
problem
first of all
when
keep
favorism
50%
and
for
nepotism
themselves.
is still in the
Grassroots.
country.
They first of all keep 50% for themselves before they now start to share the remaining 50%.
They too will assign it to somebody else.
And to the people, it has
So-
to be people
so-
from that same party. So it's all a
So
mess.
what is the
What is the
solution to this
solution?
problem?
Leo, we are throwing it back to you. A
See,
political
let me tell
person.
you something.
These are going to
There
bring
is
the
this
SS
popular
to
saying,
sharing.
until we stop this popular saying in Nigeria, follow who no road. What do you think is the meaning of that? Follow who no road.
Person will follow who no road. No, I don't understand.
So when you
can't close
follow
your eyes
who
and
no
I'll
road,
follow you.
you understand. I might be wrong in my judgment. You can
Tell
be
us your
APC,
interpretation.
you can be PDP. That's what I'm trying to explain. Then I can be wrong in my judgment. Maybe I followed you, I followed PDP, and PDP lost the election. So those who followed APC,
They don't lose together.
They win together.
they won together.
Okay, APC,
And
right.
yes,
Yeah, they will-
together.
yeah,
Then
they
those who
have already
followed
won
PDP,
together.
They fell together.
But
so
the
I
honest
didn't
truth
follow
is-
who no road.
but the
so
honest
you
truth
that you
is-
know road, people have seen it and you like some people believed in Tinubu. No matter what anybody will come out and
That's a
say.
normal thing.
Some people because they believe the name.
And he will compensate them.
And he will compensate them. That's the thing.
Before he compensates
let
anybody
me tell
else.
you, let me give you a quick example again. This one happened to me. There was this man that came out as rep. We went on election day to monitor his polling unit and everything. And it was telling us, there's no worry. Immediately the results is announced. You will hear bagam, bagam, bagam. No, you don't know. He didn't even tell us immediately the result is announced. He said, don't worry, I will send you guys something for appreciating you for coming to my polling booth, because we went inside one area. You know, at the end of it all, when they announced the result, and we called him, sir, have you forgotten to say, did you not hear the results?
Did you know me?
He did not win, he didn't win.
Oh my God.
So how will he appreciate you?
If it
So
was
that's
you.
just like his followers.
If it was you,
How will he appreciate?
it was you. No, more don't talk
what I'm
about.
telling you, that there's a
No,
way
more
we
to
feel.
you.
So what?
No, if na you go send bagam bagam. Me, I no go even call her.
No, I won't even pick the call.
If I call him his text message, Oga, I need you more. I need you because I lose you, they expect money.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
They will say follow who no road.
No,
Oh,
But honestly,
let's take it to the grassroots.
you are not a good person.
but that's how it operates, so.
I know,
But actually, Tessie, you're not nice. How can you do that?
That's the truth.
Did you not first check the results?
the fact that you were getting money.
Wait. Let's ask her a question. Did you not first check the results?
No,
You were more interested in what you were going to get. You now called the man who had lost, who was busy wiping his tears. You now called him to that what's happening. I mean, he was magnanimous. He was magnanimous enough.
I'm scared of you.
Tessie, the man was magnanimous enough to even have answered you in that way. Did you not hear the results? Because if it was
He's
me,
very kind.
If it was me,
that man is kind.
what I would have said to you will never ever pick up your phone to call anybody.
How will you even say?
I just felt.
Hello, sir.
I just felt a promise is a promise.
Okay. Okay. Now why on our road don't they tie? A promise is a promise. Do you know if you had won, he might not even have picked your call. Because there will be more people to give attention. To say, oh, this is what you want to do.
Then
That's
I'll
the
give you
like,
time to call him again. There's a way you call such people.
He may not even pick up.
Thank God you are not working with all this slow app. He said, okay, don't call her now. Don't call her.
Call them.
See where they used to eat with the card.
Oh my God! But this is actually how it works. Exactly what Tessie said. That's exactly how it works, and people need to understand how it works to be able to key into it. But is it right? Is it right? It's not right.
But
It's not.
It happens in everywhere, even
I
in the
know.
church.
It happens
even in
everywhere.
the Western,
Everywhere in the world.
You
see
When
what
somebody was
the
talking about
Donald
what
Trump
mannerism-
and the Joe
But the
Bidens
dig-
are actually adding.
But the
Serious
degree
issues.
differs. The degree differs. Here is just, we Nigerians, we are not just Africans, we are Nigerians. When we want to do anything, we do it excessively, honestly. We don't even, because we believe that there is no law that will catch up with us. And even if the law attempts to catch up with us, we will settle it. Everything is money. Do you understand? So nobody
Money
cares.
connection.
Nobody really cares. Do you understand? Because we just make it so obvious. We even Tessie said it now that what will he do to the people who supported
believed in him?
him?
Who supported
Who
him?
believed in
helped
him?
him?
He said
Who
this for
prepared his
her.
posters? Who
But you
prepared
see,
his
in the
posters?
Western world, they won't go about it like that. They wouldn't go about it like that. They know what they're going to do. They're not going to tell you because they know that you can pick it up and you can make them lose that position. Do you understand? You just need to make the statement, and that's it. And you're done for. Okay. But in Nigeria, we tell you, I cannot. Sorry, I want to mo fe face. These are the people I want to face because they supported me. You didn't support me. Wait, if it's just like the crumbs that fell from the table that was being requested for. Even Jesus Christ said, I will give it to you. First, give his own people. And the lady said, okay, let me pick the ones that fall on the ground. Do you understand? So yes, it's done everywhere, but we should do it with caution and let the people feel that they belong at least.
Okay, sorry, something happened. I like that illustration. Yeah, that even Jesus said, "My people first." The honest truth is your people first.
It's your
No
people
car.
first.
That's why I said everywhere the
The
world.
honest truth is
That's
your
why they
people
say follow who no road.
Peter Obi is angry for something. It's on the paper
Internet.
and then on the internet. Why is he angry? Yesterday, the chairman Nigerian Governors Forum, the governor of Kwara State, Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, came out to tell people that there are about 2,000 vacant space in some department, agencies, government parastatals, etc. And the president said he doesn't want only the APC governors and members to share that place. This is what Tinubu wants to do. There will be slots for the PDP There'll be
That's
slots
that-
for
I'm
that-
not even
that-
surprised.
that
I'm not
should-
There will
surprised.
be
that
That's
slots
should
for
what
the
he is.
NNPP.
Yes, that's what Tinubu is. That's
Peter
what
got
the
angry.
president is.
I'm hungry. Peter got hungry for that thing.
Why?
Why?
I didn't get that
Like,
story. I
He
didn't
why
get
will
that
he
story.
be
to
trying-
satisfy,
No,
to satisfy members of his party.
In Peter's maybe mentality or whatever, Tinubu is trying to buy the love of
Members of Labour
other
Party.
opposition parties.
That means he does not know who Tinubu is.
No, he doesn't
And
really
now
have.
Tinubu
doesn't
is
know
trying
him.
to do division of labor.
Labour.
Process into different stages.
But that is how it should
No,
be.
no. Tinubu make the statement like this. Tinubu is trying to do the right thing. That's the right thing to do.
That's the right
That's
thing.
the right.
Wait,
Tinubu is trying to do the right thing. Let me tell you something. Peter Obi has no right to be angry that Tinubu is trying to do the right
My
thing.
problem
If he
and
wants
why
to
I'm
be
angry.
angry about his party is a different thing. But other parties, and I don't know why he
or
would
let
even be
them
happy,
call all those
angry
parties
about his
first
party.
and let them reject it.
That's it. I mean,
So if your party
every-
accepts it, then you can get angry. Why would you accept that offer?
Why would the party reject
why?
it?
Why?
I'm saying
why
if the
should
party should reject
reject.
or if they reject
or
it.
the individual?
But the party will not. Honorable Oga from Abia State, a
if
Labour
they-
Party representative, sorry, in House of Reps, was the first opposition member to come out
Yes.
and said he
You are
never
going to-
knew
he
Tinubu
was-
came prepared.
Precisely.
There
Yes.
was a way he said it. I want to say,
Yes.
have never knew this man came prepared. That Tinubu came with so many. He addressed them for us without looking
Yes,
anywhere.
and he was. Yes.
And he said, even if they did not meet again till the end of this current administration, he said they've already had an agreement. The agreement, I don't know. It was a private meeting with all the opposition parties, all the senators, House of Rep. They were all with Tinubu. Later, a PDP man came out and said it has never happened.
Yes.
He was not using teleporter. He was not using paper. He said Tinubu addressed them for hours while they were talking.
I normally say
and,
it
and
on
a
air.
clip came out where Tinubu said, see, I've never been on this seat before in my life. Most of you have never been on this seat before in your life. Now it's up to us. Do we want to be doing party thing or we want to do Nigeria?
Nigeria.
Now this is the kind of leadership we all
That's what
work
I
for.
said.
However, sometimes you cannot, we are human beings. Tinubu is not perfect.
No, nobody's perfect.
He can make
Nobody's
mistakes.
perfect,
You
yeah.
understand? But some people are already even judging the administration. And when I see you judging this administration, I just leave your side. I don't want to argue before you see me as pro somebody. Because it's too early. Even 1 year is too early to judge. Like, everybody is suffering. Buhari no put us for where better when they come out. The whole country is shaking. So to make Nigeria, to stabilize our economy, it takes a lot of
You have to
policy.
take a look, yes.
We need to work
But Rio, you're just coming back to what I said when we were talking about the grassroots.
Okay.
I said, when you're leading, the first thing that should be in your mind is that you're leading
The general populace.
The general populace. You're leading Nigerians, and that's the right thing to do, really.
That's right.
But because we are human beings, you understand, the tendency is to lean towards the people who have helped you get there is there. But in doing that, do it with caution.
Actually.
Do it with caution so that it's not glaring. And I'm not saying do it with fear, because I know nobody fears anybody in Nigeria. They tell you, I don't fear, go and bring your DSS. It doesn't matter. I will do what I want to do because I'm in the position to do it. But you see,
Why are you looking like that? I was going to say it
we
depends on the
always
person
forget
who is
we always
talking.
forget as human beings that the tables will turn or can turn. And when is what we don't know.
There's a possibility
So we
of
must always be cautious when we're dealing with people. It's very important.
Real, I was about asking you, so if Peter Obi was to become our president, if he were to be our president, what would he
Obviously,
have
we
done?
know what he would have done. From what he's doing, it's clear.
He doesn't want.
Let Peter Obi unfold. Let him unfold so that people will actually know who Peter Obi is. Do you understand what I'm saying? You all know that I'm not partisan. But you see, let him unfold because he had a lot of supporters, a lot of online supporters, and a lot of youthful supporters.
Celebrity supporters.
You understand? So let him unfold so that people would see and know that, oh, thank God he didn't lead. Because if he was a leader, one would expect him to have a unity government. The way Tinubu is doing. I didn't support Tinubu. I didn't support anybody.
Oh, we're here together now.
We are here together.
Yeah.
But so I'm saying that, but you need to embrace. As a leader, you need to embrace. We are leaders in our various rights. You understand? And you need to, even in your home, are you not a leader?
Yeah.
How do you treat your children? You differentiate them.
No.
You because your legs are not as straight as her own. No, I mean, it doesn't work like that. You bring everybody together and try and work for the good of the general public. That's the way it is. And I think Tinubu is doing the right thing. Whether Peter Obi wants or not, he can get angry all he wants. Tinubu should just not. I even like his attitude. He's not even minding anybody.
During the election days, they did worse
He was
to
not
him now.
minding.
He's
So
not
if he
minding.
mind,
Do you know what
thank
they
you.
said?
So
I
if he
was
mind
surprised.
now,
He said, I
that
don't
is-
even go on social media again.
he said they insulted
He's not
me.
minding anybody. You know, as long as he does the right thing, I will support him.
No, of course we should. You see,
And like
the,
it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time.
the
to
only
get it right.
the only governor the Labour Party has is Dr. Alex Oti of Abia State.
Abia
Abia State.
Do you know this man came to Lagos to study governance? Do you know this man had meeting with Sanwo-Olu? And I'm sure he must have met Ambodi and Fashola. When Tinubu came from abroad,
Abuja.
from France,
From France.
when people were saying, oh, 124 convoy, Alex Oti was part of those convoy. Now, I wonder maybe the governor would have trekked. The senator who came would have trekked. The truth is, we are yet to criticize what we should criticize. And when we are criticizing government, usually Nigerians are not always constructive in their
They're not,
criticism.
yes, that's true.
They criticize because they want you to fail.
They want you to fail.
It's
It's your,
because they don't know him. Before Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, have you seen his convoy before?
I'm not even talking about him. I'm not talking about convoy now. I'm just talking about
Leadership. the
leadership
leader.
and constructive
Yeah.
criticism.
Yes.
There is a human rights organization, Sarah.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
To me, I feel they are the most neutral, natural
Yeah.
human rights
They
organization
told the
I've
middle
ever
yes,
seen.
yes.
They will
Sarah.
charge you to court. Do you know how many charges against Buhari? Recently, they are the one who they charged government to court that just come and tell us from 1999
Abacha's
to
loot.
Abacha loot
Abacha's-
$5
yes,
billion.
$5 billion.
We are not
They
saying
gave, the
bring the
president-
money out.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're not
We are not saying
Just
show
tell
us
us
the
the money.
Tell us, give us a
Yes,
breakdown. I mean,
Obasanjo.
yes, be accountable.
And
During the
Jonathan.
election, they were not after anybody. They were not supporting
No, no,
anybody.
no,
They were
Sarah.
as neutral as water.
possible,
And I'm be
yeah.
like, okay, I think these people are good. Let them continue. But most Nigerians will not give those kind of people backing because they are not partisan. And somebody once told me, like, real, if you're on radio, TV, you want to make money, you have to pick a side. And it's happening in some television station in this country today.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
To
yes.
the extent
yes.
that Fayose
Yes.
had to give them war on national
On
TV.
national TV. Yes.
Because a video,
You can see which way they
a
are.
journalist
they are
was
leaning.
caught on video and when Peter Obi won Lagos State. He was dancing. He was ailing and the camera caught him. I'm not going to mention him. And that's that you were saying we want Nigeria, one Nigeria.
And as a journalist,
like
you shouldn't take sides.
No, but you see, the
you
truth
will,
is that
you should.
no,
As a journalist, you have who you want.
It should be in you. It
It
shouldn't
should
be
be-
glaring
exactly.
to the public.
you should
Whoever.
never ever.
It should be in you.
Nigerians television stations, you will see. I've seen a man
Ah.
that say, "No, don't put it in that station. They are for APC." No, this one is for PDP.
So it's for Labour Party.
So if you want to know people who speak for your party, you know where to watch. And let me tell you something. As long as you continue to watch that particular television station, you can never learn in this life.
Yeah.
There's some information
You not
that
get
will
the
be
you
hidden
not
from
get
you.
balance.
from you,
Yeah,
yeah.
You
that's
understand?
correct.
So it should be so you see that this thing is like is in every sector in this country. It's not just about the politicians that enter alone and say, let me sort my loyalists first. Everybody has loyalists. Everybody wants to sort their loyalists because man, if you don't have loyalists in this country, man, you are in soup. You should have somebody you should be able to call at your downtime.
Yeah.
That they will, come up for you. When Tinubu appoint Dele Alaki as his special advisor on communication strategy and all, people feel up and then they were shouting and all like, do you
No,
know
but it
since when
wasn't
these
so. It
people are
wasn't
doing
surprising. It wasn't surprising. No.
You understand?
No,
No,
it was
it was
expected.
surprise.
It
It
was-
was a surprise to those people
But
who
to
did
those who had not
understand.
followed, Tinubu
Tinubu's
and
surprise.
his workings.
You understand?
surprise.
Yeah, it wasn't a surprise.
Recently he appointed about 28. Those are the person that will cook his food, barb his hair, somebody who will take information from Dele Alaki to him, pick from him to Dele Alaki and all. And people came out to say, no, this is tribalism. And I asked them, do you understand very well what exactly this particular list is about? So you want the president to pick somebody from the north that will come and cook ewedu and amala for him? Kokolo masheleshi.
Look, let me tell you something. Dele Alake and I worked together, in one of the local television stations, right, in Lagos. And from then on, he joined the Lagos state government under Tinubu's administration. That's where he's been ever since.
You know, when Abiola was alive, Dele Alake was a special advisor to MK Abiola in 19.
I'm talking.
in the
That's
90s.
So
So it was easy for him to even, work with the Lagos state government.
Yes. And from then on, he's been with Tinubu. That's where he's been.
His post was expected.
Yes.
I was even expecting.
I don't know how anybody will say.
He was denied by
He's
Tinubu
been
himself
loyal
to become the governor of Ekiti.
Yeah.
That story, I know that very
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
Because
People told him we have
he
work
was
to
going
do.
to contest for governor in Ekiti.
Do you know
And
since
his
when
principal
Tinubu has
said
been planning
no.
for
That's
this
why I said
presidency?
he's loyal.
No, that yes.
can't just
So you
wait
can't
one
joke
day.
with your loyalty. But you see, we still, like you said, when you want to do something, you do it right. Now, Tinubu has not picked Dele Alake now to say, go and be minister for finance.
No.
He hasn't picked Dele Alake to
Yeah.
say, go and head the NNPCL. He look at Dele Alake. Dele, you are
He
perfect in this
needs
communication
he
strategy.
needs his expertise.
Stay there.
Yeah. But guess what? The kind of person I see him to be, is that at the end of the day, he's going to compensate Dele Alake and support him in his own ambitions.
That is
At
what
the end
he
of the
should
day,
do.
but he's first of all going to, need his expertise to run a
Edo is still with him.
successful government. He's going to need his expertise. That's why he's still there. But later he will compensate him.
Me, whatever thing I'm waiting for right now, I'm waiting for the ministerial list. That is when I want to know if His Excellency.
I'm so waiting for that list.
I've been
Like,
seeing
is
some lists on social
tribalistic.
media, but I keep telling
I
you.
would
Oh,
never
they are-
believe any
those-
list on
those are
social
fake
media.
lists.
Fake lists.
I would not.
don't believe
Omisore was on the national TV. That's the national secretary to the APC.
APC.
Even though we know that he would have probably seen the list or know couple of certain
will have an
people.
idea of what's going
idea.
to
Thank you.
come out on the
When they
list.
asked him, he said, "Well, I don't, we are working on it. The list is undergoing review with the DSS and some to know if there is anybody who's got a criminal case or cases, with the government, so that they can. Okay, let's wait until that time. For for now, when you are hearing AIDS, you are hearing this. It can be anybody. It can be anybody.
but I promise you, when that list comes out, we will know that this is the list. Everybody, you will be
And that is
informed
when-
that the list is out. For now, any list you see is a fake list. Don't believe it. All right, this is the Bumper Breakfast Show. I think we should discuss another topic before we take a break.
Oh, and what's that going to be if you ask me?
I know. I turned to you because I know that you already had something that was. What did you say yesterday? It was pinching your throat.
Yes, pinching my throat. It was, it was about the salary.
Yes,
and we've actually talked about. I just want to talk about the oil thief. I don't like to call them oil thefts. When you are a thief, you are a thief. There is no reason to pamper you with name and money laundering. You are a thief, and the number of officers they have been working. So, few days ago, 2 or 3 days, I think they destroyed. What's it called? What do they call this? Their vessel. They destroyed a vessel, and later I noticed Nigeria. When I say our trust has been messed,
They destroyed a couple of vessels, not
Yes.
just one.
The Air Force were on the air,
Yeah,
and they were throwing it down
yeah.
on those places, and they burnt it. And somebody said something like, "Do you think those vessels were carrying any goods?" The person said, "Those vessels were not carrying anything. Those vessels are empty vessels." But they destroyed it, make a video of it, put it on social media so that Nigerians can feel like, oh, they've destroyed this thing. And I ask myself, what exactly do we want in Nigeria? When the government is working to us, they are not working. When the government are not working to us, they are not working. So how do we survive poverty? Now the military came out to say, oh, we have been able to discover and destroy 70 or 77, but 70 plus illegal refineries in Nigeria. When the nation does not even have a working refinery, then we have illegal refinery, and it has been destroyed and all. And then my own problem is, who are the owners of these refineries? We need to know them.
They should make it open.
As long as Nigerians are not seeing that, oh, this man, a former something, hey, this man, this one is the owner of this thing, they will say it's because of security purposes. I don't know, like Nigerians can attack those people. If Nigerians attack them, not be waiting you plan to go.
No,
you go
I
arrest.
think, well, I mean, I don't know what your take here on this is, but my take is that, you see, in such a situation, I think they should, I said, transparency and accountability is very key.
Actually,
Is very key in leadership.
That's
So,
right.
so I think, you know, they should publish the names. Let us know the people. Publish them. What are we hiding? Because you see, even the job that you said you've done, people can question you. If
Even
you
when you
really,
do it right.
if you really have done that job, tell us what you discovered when you went to do the job. Who are the people behind these things? Bring them to book. Let Nigerians know the people who have been depriving them. You know, I mean, there's so much that needs to be done. I don't know what you think, but this is where I stand.
You know, if they are arrested, not guilty until proven guilty.
Correct.
So reason names cannot be, that might be part of the reason name cannot be printed as
actually,
yours.
they've been saying
Yes.
that.
And because again, if you are a criminal, me being your mother doesn't make me a criminal. You understand? If they should start publishing names, the families will not be safe. Because trust Nigerians. Nigerians can go storm the family home and burn them and do this. You are the one that has been doing this to the community. You are the one that has been doing this, that has been doing that. And you mentioned something. You said, what do Nigerians want exactly? When this vessel was set ablaze, they said nothing was in the vessel. Will you blame Nigerians? Don't blame us if we doubt them. It's because of what the past government has done to us. We are damaged.
Okay. So
Sometimes customs will come out, they will tell us they seized this property and they will show us they've set it ablaze. And at the end of the day, you realize it that they just took part to set ablaze, they shared the rest among themselves. Different stories, different strokes of stories
Very
when
annoying.
it comes to this. So if we Nigerians do not trust them, what they need to do, like you said, accountability.
Yes.
They need to prove it to us. They need to convince us
Yes.
that they are changed.
Yes.
You understand? We are damaged. We know where we are coming from. We know what they've done to us. And we know what some are still doing to us.
Yeah, so
some
you-
people cannot even accept the change that the new sheriff is in town. They still want to eat, if not for the president's courage to stop the subsidy. You know, he said that subsidy was not in his speech. And that is who he is. He can just wake up, he can just come out and say, this thing is wrong. He won't even discuss it with his people. He just went on national TV to say, subsidy is removed. But some people are still not accepting this change. They still want to keep stealing, eating, just like you say, oil thief. In River State now, another, what do you call them, illegal...
Yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
In
reading. That's
River
what I'm
State,
reading now. That's what I'm
like
reading.
18 hours ago, it's been published in
Yes.
River State. They've caught some other, look at how people are feeding.
Okay, I'd like to respond to what you said, and this is the whole essence of the bumper breakfast show. That we can rub minds, together. I agree completely that names should not be released now, but ultimately, after everything has been done, all the checks have been done, I support the fact that they release names. Whether people go
Once
to their
proven
families,
guilty.
once proven guilty, whether people go to their families and do
We are
whatever.
less concerned because
Listen,
were they thinking about those people's family when they were
so I still
doing
stand my
wicked?
ground that once all the investigations have been
Has been
done,
completed.
have been
Once proven
completed,
guilty.
once they have been proven guilty, they should not hesitate. They should release this name so that we know that they are actually working. Because like you said, we have been so badly damaged that everything is so difficult to believe.
To believe.
If they want us to know that they are really working, after they've done everything they need to do, bring these names out and let us announce these names to people and tell people that these are the people who have been behind,
Sabotaging the oil.
sabotaging the oil industry.
During the administration of the immediate past president, Buhari, there was a particular man in a very top ministerial office, and his name is Malami, Minister for Justice
Malami.
and Attorney General of the Federation.
Federation.
It came out so many times to tell Nigerians that, oh, see, we have discovered some companies that are financing insurgency. They were about 90 plus. I don't have the total figure, but 90 plus. He said, would announce them to Nigerians so that Nigerians will stop patronizing them or this and that, or they will face, they will prosecute them. However, they said again that they were able to recover or discover by heart some names that are taking, in the military, that are taking Nigerians' wealth to Dubai, France, United Kingdom, to establish themselves and all. Do you know up to today, we do not hear anybody's name? So all those ones will make Nigerians to wonder, like, okay, now your administration has finished. Can you please tell us those companies? You said they are companies, big companies, factories. They produce goods for us in Nigeria. We patronize it, right? And then the money they get from us, they use it to beat us again. They are supporting, they are financing insurgency. And the government claim to have known them, and their names are not being mentioned.
And you now want us to believe the government.
Now, who is the insurgency between the government and the re-insurgency?
You
know who is doing us. You did not tell us. You are hiding because maybe members of your families are there, or somebody that's got your secret at hand are there, and then you want the president now to go and negotiate. That's what Yerima, the former governor of Zamfara, is saying, that he wants the president to go and negotiate with the insurgency. And let him go and talk. Like, what do they want?
Let's see what the outcome on the Benue terrorists would be.
We talked about.
We did.
And
we talked about
somebody
it.
called me, a Benue state person that ran away from Benue and said, no, that is not even Fulani me that is killing them. This like a directly from person there, that they are the one killing themselves. He mentioned their local governments fighting on land issue. Then he said there was one person that was working for the former governor Samuel Ortom, that they had issue, then Samuel Ortom now had to pick. Now this is not a confirmed story. This is somebody called me.
You better say it loud and clear.
Yeah. So and then Ortom now appoints one of those guys' boys instead of that guy. And eventually there was a guy that died at Benue that said he was working with the government one time, and then he was killed by the military. There was a guy, I've forgotten his name, and that all has caused a lot of problems for them in Benue. So, according to him, it's not Fulani herdsmen. It's a fight within.
Well, whatever the case, we would find out soon. Right now, we'll take a break on the Bumper Breakfast Show, and we'll be right back. Please stay tuned.
For the effectiveness of Board of Directors,
sustainability of business,
importance of ethics and corporate brand,
roles and responsibilities of Chartered Secretary,
and for all that you need to know about the principles and practices of corporate governance.
Join the conversation at Corporate Governance Platform,
showing on MITV UHF 43 and channel 255 on DSTV on Thursdays from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Corporate Governance Platform, proudly brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria.
ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
My boss was like, a decent fashion designer only gets home at midnight.
Midway.
Man like Osimhen, Papa just a chop Italian league like
These are real housewives of Abuja. Those women are fire. What does OJ say again? My relationship with money is Alhamdulillah.
No one tells a story like we do. Showmax, Africa's original streaming service.
That's right. You too could be one of the 20 Zenith Bank customers that will win 150,000 Naira every 2 weeks from June 1st, 2023 until May 31st, 2024 in the Zenith Better Life Promo 3. To qualify, simply open a Zenith Bank account. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com/betterlife. Live the better life with Zenith Bank.
For the effectiveness of Board of Directors,
sustainability of business,
importance of ethics and corporate brand,
roles and responsibilities of Chartered Secretary,
and for all that you need to know about the principles and practices of corporate governance.
Join the conversation at Corporate Governance Platform,
showing on MITV UHF 43 and channel 255 on DSTV on Thursdays from 4:30 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Corporate Governance Platform, proudly brought to you by the Institute